So this is how we're gonna do it. In the stock market, okay? In the stock market, there's this thing called, it's not a thing, I call it this, but it's a war zone, all right? And I call it a war zone because I went into battle a few times and it was a battle, okay? It was a war zone for me because it was some good days, it was some good days with it, it was some bad days with it, right? And I had to come to a conclusion on if I wanted to continue to go to war or not, right? So I decided to not go to war on certain time frames certain time frames when it comes to trading in the market. All right. One of those things is this: between the hours of 9:30 and 10 a.m. Okay, everybody, this is very, very, very important. All right, I want you guys to listen in. Very important. Also, take this video, share it out with 5 people because I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something that's going to help you help you trade in the stock market. It's going to actually help you make more money and lose less money. What I'm going to tell you, okay? Just my personal opinion, just from what has worked for me in the past, and that's kind of what I based my everything off of. I based everything off of data. Okay, I'm a data person in my full-time career. I'm in data analytics with risk management, risk and controls, and everything that I use in corporate America is the exact same thing that I use when it comes to trading stock options in the stock market in general. Okay, so in corporate America, when I'm in data and analytics, I'm the one that create Tableau in one of my previous jobs when I was at Bank of America and Wells Fargo, I was the one that created Tableau dashboard, Microsoft Excel dashboard, Power BI dashboard, MicroStrategy dashboards, and took all the data, took the data that was received, and I would tell a story to upper management about what the data was actually telling us, right? So the same thing with the stock market. What I do is I take the data from the stock market, and the data from the stock market comes from my own trading, comes from other people's trading, just comes from different time frames in the market, right? And I take that data, and the data tells us a story, okay? Now, when it comes to this war zone, I used to go into this war zone between 9:30 and 10 a.m. I would jump into this war zone and go to battle every single morning, right? But I have data, but I actually write down my trades, and I have data that tells me, Chris, you should not jump into the battle or go into the war zone. Okay, between 9:30 and 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the first 30 minutes the market is open is a war zone. You have the market may be going down 1 second, the next second to shoot up, the next second to go back down, so on, so on, so on. It's just going real crazy because you got people that got orders that's buying in, people that's selling out of orders. So in this war zone, you can get stuck in this war zone and you can be up 1 second and down the next second, or down 1 second and up the next second, right? If you're someone that plays it off a bounce and it goes up and you make money, that's great. But if you're someone who plays off the bounce, it goes up something, fall back down, and you lose, that's bad because you're gonna lose your money because it's so volatile between this time frame of 9:30 and 10 o'clock. So what I do is this: I do not trade before 10 a.m. Okay, I do not trade before 10 a.m. And in my trading, this has helped me out multiple ways. Okay, first things first, by me not trading before 10 a.m., I'm not taking a wild guess. I personally believe, and some people may say, well, that's not necessarily true, but this is my personal opinion, right? And this is from my data. Everything is data driven for me, okay? From the data that I know and data that I understand, the data that I have, trading before 10 o'clock, you're throwing your money into one of those simulated hurricane things, and the money just flying around. And you're trying to grab it, and you're trying to grab it, and you're trying to grab it. That's what you're doing before trading before 10 a.m. Okay? That's my opinion. The data tells me that, Chris, when you trade between the times of 9:30 and 10 a.m., your winning percentage is lower. Your winning percentage is lower, and not only is your winning percentage is lower, but the amount of money that you lose is greater. Okay, so let me say that again. The data tells me when Chris Jackson trades between 9:30 and 10 a.m., the data says, Chris, your losing percentage is higher, so you lose more. You lose more, and then the amount of money you lose is greater as well. So instead of you losing, say if you lose $300, instead of you losing 300, you may lose 700. Okay, because that move up or that move down is so powerful that it happens, and you like, boom, I can't get out. Right? So that's why I do not trade between 9:30 and 10 a.m. And I tell everyone that asks me, I tell them the same thing. I don't do it. You can do it if you want to, but I'm going to give you all the reasons why you shouldn't do it and the positive things about it if you do it. If the positive things about it, like I said, you can make some great money in the first 30 minutes because the market is so volatile. But I'm not the type of person, the type of trader that want to go into a simulator tornado and try to catch money all willy-nilly. That's not me. I can do without that, right? I'm the type of person I want to wait and see a high probability setup. And once I see my setup, I want to get confirmation from retests and things of that nature, and then enter into my play and then set my 10 to 15% trailing stop or stop loss and go from there, right? That's the safest trade for me and the high probability trade for me. I stay away from the war zone because that war zone will hurt you. And this is the thing about it. When you're going into trading stock options or this market in general, I believe people forget about the losses they make and they only remember the wins. Okay, let me say that again. They forget about the losses they take and they only remember the wins. This is the reason why I say that. Say, for example, right? You in that war zone from 9:30 to 10 a.m. and one day you make $4,000 while you're in that war zone. Boom, you made $4,000. Okay, that's great. That $4,000 is now going to be a thorn in your side. Okay, you're like, Chris, how can you making $4,000 be a thorn in your side? This is why it's going to be a thorn in your side. 1 second. Okay, this is why it's going to be a thorn in your side. Now that you made $4,000 one time in that war zone, now you want to come back the next day and do $4,000, $3,000 in that war zone again. Okay, now in the war zone, we already understand that the war zone is very volatile, so it can go up, down, all the way around. So with you making that $4,000 in that war zone, now you go back in it again and try to make $4,000 again. The next day you might lose $1,000. You're like, okay, that's cool. I made $4,000. The next day you might lose $2,000 in the war zone. The next time you go into the war zone, you might lose $3,000. The next time you go into that war zone, you might lose $3,000. The next time you go in that war zone, you might make $2,000. Now I just said you made $4,000 plus a $2,000, that's $6,000, but you lost about $8,000 in that war zone. But that $8,000 that you lost in that war zone, mentally, you're still focusing on the $6,000 you won in the war zone. So therefore, you will continue to go into that war zone, into that place where it's hostile, into that place where it's volatile, into that place where you're in a tornado and you just grabbing for money, all because you had that moment where you made that $4,000 or that $3,000 or that $2,000, but you forget about the $1,000 you lost, the $2,000 you lost, the $1,000, the $1,500, the $1,200. You forgot about those small losses that added up to great losses that equals more than your wins. And that's why that volatile, that war zone is so attractive, because if you're right in the war zone, congratulations. But if you're wrong in that war zone, it's going to be bad for you, okay? So that's why I stay away from the war zone. 9:30 to 10 a.m., I do not trade the market. The second thing it does for you, though, and this is what it did for me, it made me a more patient trader. It made me a more patient trader. If anybody knows and if everybody knows, when that stock market opens at 9:30, we hear that ding, 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 and that stock market opens, Your juices start flowing. You're excited. You start seeing those candlesticks going up and down and all the way around. And you're excited. And it's like, okay, let me get in. I'm ready to jump in and get this money. Ready to jump in and get this money. But when I started truly focusing on, okay, Chris, don't trade before 10. Don't trade before 10. It was a process. It wasn't a thing where I said, okay, I'm not trading before 10. That's it. No, it didn't happen like that. Because I was used to mentally saying I will get into a trade whenever I see fit. Okay. But now mentally I'm telling myself I'm only getting into trades after 10 a.m. So now I have to sit there and be patient. Okay, I have to sit there, be patient, and wait until 10 o'clock. No matter if I see the market is going in an upward trend or a downward trend or it's at whatever level it may be, I told myself, based upon the data, Chris, do not get in before 10 a.m. no matter what. And what it did was it allowed me to become a more disciplined trader. And when I became a more disciplined trader, that's when you have more consistent wins. Because now I'm disciplined to the fact that I know that I can wait to 10 o'clock. So that urge that I had in my stomach to get in soon as that market opens at 9:30 is no longer there. I overcame that urge of just trying to jump into the market as soon as possible. I overcame that urge and start focusing on, okay, what's the setup? I'm strategizing between that 9:45, 9:50, seeing where the market is at, seeing if we're away from the owner, seeing if we're in the demand zone, seeing if we're in the supply zone. I'm strategizing instead of being so anxious to get into the market, okay? Because being disciplined is going to save your life when it comes to trading stock options. I can't stress it enough. Being disciplined is the number one thing to be successful. It's not about a strategy. It's not about when you get in or when you get out. It's strictly about being disciplined. The more disciplined you are, the more money you will make. Okay? The more disciplined you are, the more money you will make. When you see that you're down 10%, 15%, and that's your threshold to get out, getting out of that play is going to save you money. Now, this is the thing about, I don't care if you want to trade, right? And you got a 10% stop loss set. It goes down to your stop loss and then it bounces and say for example, you in calls. It goes down, it stops you out, and then it bounces and go all the way up and you could have made thousands and thousands of dollars. Okay? So the next time it comes around, you don't set a stop loss. Because in your mind, you're remembering, man, the last time I set my stop loss, what happened? It came down here and it bounced at a level and went all the way up. So this time I'm not going to set my stop loss. And what it does this time, it goes down to that level, does a fake little bounce, and start to go back down. So instead of you losing 10%, now you're down 30, 40, 50%. And when you're down 30, 40, 50%, you're like, dang, okay, it's going to come back. It's going to come back. Now you're down 60, 70%. All because in your mind, you was remembering a previous trade where it bounced, stopped you out, and went up. Those things right there will kill your account. Listen, set your stop loss every single time. If you get stopped out 3 times in 1 week, if you get stopped out 10%, right? 10%, you get stopped out 3 times. Boom, right? Say, for example, let's put it like this way. Say you put $1,000 in each trade, right? The first trade, you lose 100. The second trade, you lose 100. The third trade, you lose 100. You lost 3 times in 1 week. Okay, you lost 10% each time. You lost $100 each time. Okay, now say you had 20% profit taken, right? 20% level, you want to take profits. 2 days out the week, you make 40%. You make 20% on Thursday, 20% on Friday. That's 40% return on that's 40%, right? So you lost 30% because you lost 3 times. You won 40%. And what is that profit? Is that a profit or loss for the week? That's a 10% profit for the week. 10% profit for the week. Now, what's going to start happening, and this is the psychology of it, what people fail to realize. This is why I tell people, if you go through the process, you will become better with your entries and all that good stuff. This is it right here. This is real important. Listen in. Okay? This is the thing about it. If you continue to set your stop loss and you're getting stop loss, some people may say, hey, you should possibly make your stop loss, don't make it so tight. Don't change it from 10% maybe to 15, 20%. I tell people, yeah, that's okay. But Now you're risking more money. Now you're willing to lose more money if you do that. So instead of wanting to lose, if you got $1,000, 10% is 100, 20% is 200. But now you're willing to lose $200, right? But if you say, I'm gonna keep my stop loss at 10%, but what I'm going to do is now I'm going to start focusing more on my entries. So when I do get into my trade and I have a 10% stop loss, I'm getting in at a better entry. Okay, I'm getting in at a better entry. So my 10% stop loss is more favorable to me now because I'm not getting in in the middle of, for example, I got a supply zone here and a demand zone here. I'm not getting in the middle of those zones. I'm getting in at the bottom of a demand zone instead of in the middle of I call it no man's land. Or I'm getting in at the top of a supply zone and setting a 10% stop loss instead of just getting in at the middle with a 10% stop loss. Okay, what's going to happen is you're going to start becoming more meticulous at getting in your entries. And when you start getting more meticulous at getting in your entries, then you're going to start seeing your risk is down here, but your reward is up here. Right now, most people, when you first starting off trading stock options, what you're seeing and what you're experiencing is you're so anxious to get into a trade, you're getting in right here where your reward is right here and your risk is right here. It's like 50-50 almost. You want to get in where your risk is down here and your reward is up there. Same thing. Your risk is right there and your reward is down here. Okay? That's when I'm telling y'all, this right here, for people who are not trading right now, you may not understand what I'm saying. But for the people that's going through that's currently in the new edition stage where they're trying to can we stand the rain stage, if you understand what I'm saying, like you're going through that stage of trying to get better entries. The better your entries, the more money you make. So it's not about your stop loss. It's about when you get in, understanding the strategy more, listen, I'm looking for a decision-making time inside of a demand zone. I'm looking for a 1 hour decision-making time. That 1 hour decision-making time is decision-making times of all decision-making times. That 1 hour decision-making time will pay your household expenses in 1 month, in 1 day. Your car payment, gas bill, rent, mortgage, light bill, all those things, that 1 hour decision-making time close to a demand zone or close to a supply zone will take care of your expenses in 1 day. And that 1 hour decision-making time comes an awful lot. Patience, okay? All right, everyone. So, listen. Stay away from the war zone. In my personal opinion, stay away from it. Don't go into it. The data tells us to stay away from the war zone. So stay away from it. Okay? I don't trade before 10 a.m. All right? So remember, April 17th, everybody, DM me the word mastermind if you're on Instagram right now. If you're on Instagram, DM me the word mastermind. I will send you the link to register for the April 17th through April 21st mastermind. Only if you believe stock options can change your life. If you believe that I can show you how to make $100 to $200 a day, if you're not ready for it, don't do it. I tell people this all the time. If you are not ready, do not do it. Chris, what do you mean ready? If you're not ready and willing to put in the work, don't do it. It's going to be a waste of your $497. It's going to be a waste of your $497. Because if you're ready and willing to put in the work, if you're really willing and ready to go through I'm going to teach it to you live. And after it's live, I'm going to give you the recording so you can have the recordings forever. If you're willing to say, okay, today I'm going to carve out time in my schedule to go through lesson 1 again, lesson 2 again, lesson 3 again, and so on and so on and so on and so on. I'm willing to put the work in, practice with on-demand trading, practice with real money. I'm willing to do the work. If that's you, sign up for it. It's going to be worth your $497. But if that's not you, don't sign up for it. And it's okay. It may not be the moment. It may not be the time for you. Okay? It may not be the time for you. All right? And if it's not the time for it, it's perfectly fine. But if it is a time for you, I'm here April 17th through April 21st. You're going to spend Monday through Friday with me in the evening time, and then Tuesday through Friday with me in the morning time. right? We doing double dosage, right? This is not like any challenge that or mastermind that you ever attended a day in your life when it comes to stock options. It's not. The reason why I say that because me and my team go above and beyond everything that we do. Everything that we do. You're going to be with me in the morning and in the evening. Basically going to be with me for 5 days straight almost. You're going to have a couple hour breaks. Now, if you miss a class, everything is recorded. You can go back and watch it the next day. If you miss a live trading session or a coaching call, it's going to be there. So VIP, the class is from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, you're spending 3 hours with me. Chris, why are you spending 3 hours with me? Because you're spending 3 hours with me for 5 days. That's 15 hours. Then in the morning time, you're spending another hour. So you're spending roughly almost 20 to 25 hours with me for a week. And those 20 to 25 hours, what I'm doing is I'm flooding you and I'm teaching you a story about stock option trading. I'm breaking it down and putting it in the simplest terms for you so you can understand it. So you can go into this market and say, hey, the stock market's at a 1 hour or 1 year, 1 day or 4 hour demand zone. I see we got a decision-making time. I'm going to buy you in some calls with a 15% stop loss. I'm going to buy 4 or 5 week, 6 week expiration date and boom, da-da. Okay, car payment paid. This can't be real. Okay. My rent paid. No, nowhere in the world this can't be real. I'm gonna sell now. Boom. So you got your rent and your car payment paid for the month. And you got into your play all because you identified the story. You got into your play. You got into your play. You set your stop. You set a stop loss on it, trailing stop loss, whatever stop loss you want to do, and you go in and check it periodically on your phone. You're not trading every single day unless you want to. I'm going to teach you how to trade every single day as well with day trading. But you're not trading every single day. You're checking on your phone while you work. Okay, I'm up 500. Cool. Oh, right now I'm down 200. Cool. I'm not stressed about anything because I have a stop loss because I already said on this particular trade I'm willing to lose $400. So no matter what, I'm only willing to lose $400. I got that set, so I'm protected. Oh, I'm up 1,000. Should I take my profits right now? Oh, I'm gonna sell 4 contracts, lock in like $300, so I'm guaranteed I've already made $300 profit no matter what for this trade. Good stuff. Oh, I'm gonna let some more run. That's the type of things that you can do when it comes to trading stock options, because you can be at your full-time job and making money at the same time. All right. But anyway, that's April 17th through April 21st is the next 5-day mastermind. That's actually not next week, but the week afterwards. Yes, that's the week afterwards. So if that's something that you want to do, the link is in my bio or DM me Mastermind. DM it to me, a direct message, not in the comments, just direct message, and I'll send the link. If you're on YouTube right now, the link is in the description. I may have it right here too. Yeah, there we go. The link is in the description. I also just posted it in here as well, but it's in the description box. And I guess what, everybody, the market is closed for the day. I'm sad. I'm very sad the market is closed because I cannot trade today, and I hate when I cannot trade. Okay? But y'all have a good one. Let me see if you got any questions in here before I jump out, though. Any questions? Calvin Walters, you saying that is my conversation. Is there a link on YouTube? Yes, Darren, it's in my it's in the portal. Calvin said I'm living proof. What's up, Calvin? Marquise Payne, what's going on? What's going on, man? What's going on? Demetrius Robinson, what's going on? How you living? Instagram, any questions on the ground? Let's see. Any questions on Instagram before I get out of here? Boom, boom, boom. Send me Mastermind to my DM me the word Mastermind and I'll see the link. All right, no questions. All right, everybody. Well, listen, y'all have a good one. If you guys have any questions for me, feel free to reach out to me. Also, go to Earn Your Leisure YouTube channel and watch the interview that I've done with Ash Cash. Crazy interview, man. Dope guy, man. And we had a great conversation. So you can go there, check that out. It's on Earn Your Leisure, EYL's YouTube channel. Real dope, man. If y'all have any questions in the meantime, let me know. Y'all have a good one. All praise to the Most High. Enjoy your weekend.